let's talk about food allergies. If you think that they are common for kids, it's because they are, okay? Look, it's estimated that 32 million Americans have food allergies, including 5.6 million children under the age of 18. That's 1 in 13 children, or roughly 2 in every classroom, everybody. That is a lot, my goodness. And since it is such a common occurrence, we wanted to learn more about why and how to navigate these allergies. Joining me now for a chat is Dr. Alice Hoyt. She is a food allergist with the Hoyt Institute of Food Allergy. My goodness, welcome to the show, darling.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to talk about this because, like, I will be honest, I don't have any food allergies, I don't think, doctor. And I've always been curious for people who have them, like, what is happening medically when someone has a food allergy?
That is such a good question. And I like to think of food allergy not so much as someone developed a food allergy, but someone lost tolerance, or in the case of babies, did not develop tolerance to the food. And when that happens, then when we're exposed to that food, then our immune systems attack it, thinking that it's doing something good to attack a foreign invader. But in actuality, it's attacking a peanut or a pollen or a penicillin, something that should be helpful to us.
Wow, so how does someone get one, right? How does someone lose tolerance or never develop tolerance to an allergy towards food? Because I'm like, I can eat peanuts, but they can't eat peanuts. Like, how does that happen?
So that is literally the multi-billion-dollar question.
Okay.
And that's what researchers are looking into right now. Luckily, what we know based on evidence these days is that early introduction of potential allergens such as peanut and egg into babies who we know are higher risk of food allergy, we can help induce that tolerance to the food so that they don't ultimately develop a food allergy. But ultimately, we don't know why people are developing food allergies, or as I think of it, losing tolerance to a food.
And you know, there are 9 foods that are really some of the most common food allergies, everybody. There are so many different types. So are you telling me, if I have a baby, right, should I be introducing them to milk and eggs, wheat, soy, all of that at a young age to see if they develop the tolerance, or should we really be waiting? Like, what do you suggest?
Okay, this is such a good question. I'm glad you're asking me, because back in the late 1990s is when we noticed the uptick in peanut allergy. And that's when expert opinion said, oh, well, let's have little babies avoid these potentially allergenic foods until their immune system is ready. Well, unfortunately, that was the absolute wrong thing to do. And now we have evidence that shows early introduction of those allergen-containing foods helps that immune system get used to those foods. So 1990s, that uptick, we said, oh, well, let's hold it, and then we saw an even more increase in food allergy. So we got more evidence, evidence-based medicine, and that showed let's get these foods in early, of course in age-appropriate forms. So you're not gonna be giving a baby a peanut, but in some babies who are at risk, if they have really bad eczema, they're at risk of peanut allergy. And so in those babies, we recommend introducing age-appropriate forms of peanuts, such as diluted peanut butter, diluted with breast milk or formula in tiny amounts into that baby to start teaching that immune system that peanut is not your enemy.
Let them eat, everybody. Moral of the story. And so let me ask you this, like, what age do we really start seeing children have food allergies? And moreover, how do parents know to see if their child has developed or lost tolerance for a certain food?
So we can see food allergies in 4-6 months of life.
Wow.
Absolutely. So that's why these early introduction recommendations are so important, because we want to beat the food allergy to the punch. We want to start inducing that tolerance. Food allergies, there are a few different kinds of food allergies. There are the food allergies that are anaphylactic food allergies. You eat the food, you have hives, swelling, trouble breathing, can result in death, is treated with epinephrine. That's one type of food allergy. Yes, outer thigh.
Outer thigh, not your arm, everybody. Outer thigh. Okay.
Outer thigh. Another type of food allergy is called FPIES, which is food protein-induced enterocolitis syndrome.
Say that 4 times fast, okay?
And that's one that occurs in babies where it's not an immediate reaction, but a few hours after they eat the food, they get violently ill, and it's terrifying. And then another type of food allergy is one that is a food allergy of the esophagus called eosinophilic esophagitis. And so a parent that comes in to see me and says, I think my child has a food allergy, they can usually say it's because after they ate this food, X, Y, and Z happened.
Right.
If somebody has had a panel of testing through the internet or a very well-intentioned physician and they're like, oh, these tests are positive and I don't really know what that means, then we sit down and we go through what it means, which oftentimes it doesn't mean a lot.
Because there are so many different types, like you just so well put. Okay, I gotta ask you this though. If there's like a hereditary, like, you know, trail here, like if my mom is allergic to soy, is it more common that I would be allergic to soy as well?
That's a good question. There's what we call this whole field of epigenetics, and that's looking at how the environment impacts our genetics to activate genes or turn off genes, to either be allergic, not be allergic, whatever the case may be. We know that in families that have allergies, then like their kiddos are more likely to be allergic, but it's not slam dunk that if your mom has a peanut allergy that you're gonna have a peanut allergy too.
Wow, and look, we're running out of time, but I have got to ask this question because it's really one of the most important. Like, how do we as parents, as people who love our loved ones, how do we navigate having a food allergy?
You wanna see an allergist. You wanna see a board certified allergist. We're physicians, we go to medical school, we go to residencies, and we do fellowships specifically in allergy and immunology. And having a board certified allergist on your side to help you understand what is a safe food, what is a not safe food, that is the first step to living a joyful life with food allergies.
If someone is having what we'll call an allergy attack, right, what's the first thing we're supposed to do?
Use their epinephrine auto-injector, outer thigh, it can go through clothes, and call 911.
Come on, everybody. What a great conversation. Dr. Hoyt, thank you so much for being here. And look, everybody, for more information about food allergies and treatment, you can contact Dr. Hoyt at hoytallergy.com. You can also follow them on social media, and they're located on Metairie Road, everybody. 123 Metairie Road is the